And collectively, all of these events that we just alluded to, the repeal against the tribe of Benjamin, the women dancing in the fields, and then you have the looking forward to the end of the mourning for the temple. And I think that something is beautiful therein is enwrapped in all of this in a nice white ribbon is the fact that I think there's a lot of solid evidence that this could be the date. Tu B'Av could be the date for the rebuilding of the temple, because what is the contract between Israel and Hashem but a marriage contract?
Right.
It's
Exactly.
there. So why not, renew your life start a life anew with a marriage? Like the song goes, "We've only just begun."
Right. There really is a beautiful tradition that associates the 15th day of Av with the building of the third temple. Now, again, I want to quantify that and qualify it, because any time is a good time, and any day is a good time. It doesn't
Sure.
have to be that day, but there is something that a certain kind of predisposition towards that day. And I like to show the books that I'm learning from and that we're talking about. I didn't bring it with me, but there is a very beautiful commentary on Torah called Pri Tzadik, which means the fruit of the righteous, by Rabbi Tzadok HaKohen Lublin. It's a very, very famous work of Chassidut, and he has a very, very long treatment wherein he basically proves from many, many sources that the third temple, the date, as it were, that's reserved for its rebuilding is the 15th day of Menachem Av. And there's also a number of other reasons, again, that are mentioned in the Talmud that we didn't mention. For example, there is an idea that from that day onward, there is a paradigm shift in the sunlight. That the days begin to the sunlight begins to become weaker from that day on. So that's the day that those families that had been merited with the bringing of the wood. There were certain families that had the merit to bring the wood. And it was like an offering. They brought the wood that was going to be used on the altar.
Oh yeah, this is when they finished cutting all of it for the
right.
For the Beit HaMikdash.
They no longer brought wood for the altar from this date forward, because it was understood that the sun is not as powerful, and therefore there's a possibility that the wood could be a little bit damp. And if the wood would be a little bit damp, then it could be wormy, and that would invalidate it for the altar. So they only would accept the wood until the 15th day of Av. And at the same time, again, there's a certain kind of paradigm shift in the angle of the world or something, or the days are beginning to grow shorter in an infinitesimal way, because there's an idea that I don't know astronomically if this is the case now, if this is seen to be the case, but the days are like getting shorter and the nights are getting longer, and so this is a time to begin studying Torah more at night, because the long nights are for Torah study. So there's many ideas that connect in this whole concept of the 15th of Av. And then there's another idea that is mentioned by the holy masters in Chassidut, because Tu B'Av literally means the 15th of the Aleph Bet, because Av is Aleph Bet. So if it's an allusion to the 15th letter of the Aleph Bet, what is the 15th letter of the Aleph Bet? The Samach. And the Samach is a perfect circle. So that also Kabbalistically is connected to the concept of the dance, the circle dance of Tu B'Av, because a circle doesn't have a beginning and doesn't have an end. And so one of the ideas that's expressed by Tu B'Av also is this kind of camaraderie, this kind of brotherhood, this kind of equality, because when you're dancing in a circle, there's no leader. Everyone is exactly equal. Again, the idea of the girls all borrowing white dresses so that they would be equal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.